No, no, yeah, no, 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 yeah, no, no,
So, obviously, this season hasn't been what everybody thought it was, but it would seem to me that each week saying, okay, we got to get back to the drawing board would start to get pretty frustrating. Has it for this team?
I mean, we're tired of losing, and that's kind of what it is. So, like, just the repetition of, well, we just have to get back to work on Monday is kind of like, it's just starting to get repetitive, you know what I mean? And rather than being like, oh, well, we won this game, so now we can get back to the drawing board. I think it's just kind of the word differences. But at the same time, yeah, we're just looking to finally get a win and to kind of keep that going.
The offense has been rolling the last 2 weeks. Obviously, you know, things slowed down in Pullman.
Yeah.
Talk about the conditions a little bit and just what the effect of those were on the football game.
Yeah, you kind of seen that we, in the first half or first quarter, we went 1 for 15 in the passing game, and it just wasn't really good to us. And so we're really one-dimensional. You know, some of us wore gloves, so it slicked our gloves down. Quarterbacks, it was cold on their fingers. You know, just the ball was really wet, and it just wasn't conditions that I guess we're kind of used to. And it kind of backfired on us a little bit.
Steven's a really confident guy, obviously getting taken out of that game. How have you seen him bounce back in practice?
You just see a little bit more focus now, just because of the comments Coach Mack said. Is this, I guess, it's more of a competition at the quarterback position, or more of a just competitive nature, just because it's always a possibility
right
now. So I think that Montez, you'll see a little bit more like poise out of him now.
How hard is it for a receivers group like you guys to kind of get a rhythm when, you know, you don't know what to expect week to week?
For the most part, we just grind it out. You know, our job as wide receivers is to make the quarterback look good. So whatever quarterback is in, we're gonna make plays for him.
Mm-hmm. What about Sam? Talk to me a little bit about what Sam brings to the table.
Sam, he's very confident. All he wants to do is work 24/7. And he, you know, after practice, he'll ask to get some throws in, and you know, he's gonna be a really good quarterback, and he just doesn't have much time at the position right now.
Right.
But he's developing quick.
So we got 4 games left here.
Yeah.
Cal and USC at home. Obviously, we're focused on Cal right now. You don't want to think ahead. Is the mentality of this group still, we need to focus on this week, or is it now that you're starting to get to the end of the season here, maybe the other things are starting to creep in?
I would say that, you know, it's on our minds, but we're still taking each week as one. You know what I mean? So we want to win this week, so we want to go 1-0, and then next week it'll be 1-0. You know what I mean? So we still have that kind of mindset, but at the same time, you know, you start to think ahead a little bit.
Has there been any conversation between you, Shay, and Devin just about kind of what you guys want to put forward here in the last 4 games?
I mean, I feel like it's more of an unsaid thing.
Yeah.
We know that we're the veteran receivers on the team, and that we're like the playmakers, and so we know that we just need to make plays, and that's it. Like, you know, that's all it comes down to, is who can make more plays. And you know, we kind of just need to get back to our roots, and you know, and we'll make the plays when they come our way.
So you got Cal coming in. This is a team who I've watched a ton this year. They look real hungry. They look like they fight. What have you seen from Cal's defense specifically on film in the last few weeks?
You see that they get a lot of turnovers, really, and we have to exploit the weaknesses that they do have, because you obviously seeing that they're doing what they need to do, and they're not allowing many points to be scored on them, like as you seen when they played Washington State compared to when we did. So we kind of just have to make sure that we know it might be a dogfight at the end of the day, and you know, we just have to pull out.
You were a hooper in high school. I've talked to Montez a little bit, and you know, he was offered D1, I think, New Mexico State. So who's the best hooper on this team?
Hooper. I think we have a couple guys that are really good at basketball. So we have Montez. We have Kavion Nento. Trey Udofia is he has bounce.
Okay.
You know, there's a couple other guys, but for the most part, I would probably say Montez is probably a really good basketball player.
Yeah? Do you guys play much?
Well, actually, Terrence Lang, too.
Yeah? Do you guys play?
Really good.
Have you played off-season?
I haven't, but like I go to the rec and stuff sometimes just to like because they like to ball and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'll go and watch. But basketball is not really my thing anymore. So
Not anymore. In high school, though.
in high school, yeah.
Yeah?
I used to like dunking on people.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was reading a little bit about your basketball career. It said that you were sometimes the tallest kid on the floor.
Yeah, they had me at center.
Okay.
And that's because around like when I was in my early high school days, like I could really jump, like I could jump pretty high, and so they had me on guys that were 6'7", 6'8", and because I could get rebounds over them.
How tall were you?
I was only 6'2", 6'3",
Okay.
so
Okay.
like they're, you know what I mean. So I just had to box them out and then jump, and I'll usually come down with the rebound. So that's kind of why they always had me at the bigger positions. Yeah.
You started at corner your
Yeah.
senior year.
Mhm.
Okay. You ever miss playing defense a little bit?
I do. I almost went back to defense while
Right, last year.
But they instead of putting me at corner, they put me at safety.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do miss that. If you go on like my high school highlights and stuff, you'll see like I had a good amount of interceptions and big hits.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I actually like by most schools I was recruited as an athlete, so I could have played either way. But when I got here, they told me I had to pick a position.
Okay.
And so I chose to be wide receiver because I like to make plays with the ball in my hand.
Does that make a little bit more sense? So you only have like one set of meetings, one set of things to remember. Is it tough to go two ways like George does in college?
College, yeah.
Yeah.
It's because it's a lot of rhetoric. Like,
Right.
So when I switched over to safety, they put me on free safety, so you have to make a lot of check calls and stuff like that. You have to look at the defense and kind of communicate with a lot of people. And I haven't heard the rhetoric in so long, the language in so long, that it was so confusing
boring,
to me.
yeah.
And so when I was at safety, all I did was call man every single play. I told everyone to man up, and I'll just take deep third and just go ahead.
Go ball hog.
Yeah, exactly.